All right, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like running a business is a lot like raising kids? I'm talking about the same struggles, the same lessons, and same moments you're thinking, how do I get these people to listen? From one parent to another, or if you're not a parent at all, these rules still apply to you. Because at the end of the day, leadership is leadership. Whether you're raising a family, running a business, or leading a team, the fundamentals don't change. Here's the thing. There's a reason for that. Leadership and parenting, they're built on the same foundation. And today, I'm going to share 5 powerful lessons from parenting that apply directly to leading a great company. These are the principles that separate great leaders from the ones who just manage. And stick with me, because by the time we're done, you'll have a leadership playbook that will not only help you build a stronger business, but create a culture where people thrive. And trust me, the last lesson, it's the one most leaders get completely wrong. Let's get into it. Big one, never lie. Protecting people by shielding them from the truth isn't protection, it's actually doing them harm. Truth is the foundation of integrity and trust. Parents often lie to their children with good intentions, so they think, but over time, this erodes their trust. They will never believe you. Telling kids the cat ran away when you actually ran it over in the driveway, or blaming some set of external factors for their failure to make a school team, instead of addressing the reality, it prevents them from growing. The same principle applies to business. When leaders fail to tell the truth, whether to protect employees, sometimes to avoid conflict, it breeds distrust. Honest feedback and consistency, even though it's tough, fosters respect and growth. Edwin Friedman said, and this is one of my favorite quotes, "The person who can most accurately describe reality without laying blame shall emerge as the leader." You can show up without the blow up by just stating the obvious, describing the situation, not blaming anybody, and moving forward in the positive direction. Number 2, resist the rescue. Look, watching somebody struggle is difficult, but stepping in too soon can rob them of the opportunity to develop resilience and problem-solving skills. Great leaders, like great parents, resist the urge to immediately fix everything. A powerful example of this is the Hope experiment. I know you've seen it. It was from the 1950s. Kurt Richter conducted an experiment where rats were placed in water and quickly drowned. But when they were rescued and rested right before they drowned and put back in, they swam for hours and sometimes days. Why? Hope. They believed that they would get rescued. They believed that there was an opportunity for them on the other side of it. And so they didn't quit. And that's what you want from your teams at work and your children at home. They learned that survival was possible and that persistence was the way through. Similarly, when employees believe in their ability to overcome challenges, they push beyond their limits. But if leaders constantly rescue them, they never develop the skills to be persistent. Let them struggle, let them learn, and let them ultimately thrive. Number 3, lead by example. Your standards are the greatest thing that you can give to others, and they set the tone for your organization. Children and employees alike absorb what they see. Every word and every action and every inaction that you fail to take signals what is acceptable and what is not. You are teaching them what this organization will tolerate. A leader who demands excellence but operates with inconsistency or complacency will create a culture that mirrors those flaws. Integrity means holding yourself to the same or higher standards that you expect from others, because whether you realize it or not, someone is always watching. Number 4, it might sound weird at work, but I'm going to challenge you to love your people unconditionally. Great leaders care about their people beyond the job. And with my children, I always said, you don't need to catch a ball or run fast for me to love you. When an employee joins a company, they should feel supported, not just as workers, but also as individuals, and that you want what's best for them. This means helping them grow, paying attention when they have a time of need, and even if that growth ultimately leads them to find employment elsewhere, you have done a great job pouring into them, and many people will appreciate it, and great people will stay with you. Whether it's within your company or beyond, a culture of genuine care fosters loyalty, effort, and trust. And 5, and finally, reward autonomy and accountability. The goal of parenting, in my opinion, is to raise independent, contributing, capable adults. The goal of leadership is to create empowered, self-sufficient, internally motivated employees who take responsibility for their work and their success so that the same thing happens in your absence that happens in your presence. People with an internal locus of control who take responsibility for their outcomes and don't blame other people tend to be more confident, adaptable, and successful over time. Those people who are constantly looking for external factors to blame, external people, external situations, external pressures, external departments, those people are going to struggle. Encouraging autonomy and accountability builds individuals who don't just meet expectations, but exceed them. And at the end of the day, whether it's a child or an employee, you want to develop people who can be relied upon. The kind of person you trust to hold the rope if your life depended on it. These 5 parenting lessons serve as a powerful blueprint for leadership, and if it works in the home, there's no reason it shouldn't work in the workplace. Tell them the truth at all times. Let people struggle. Lead by example by showcasing your standards. Love people unconditionally and reward autonomy, people taking action and being self-motivated. Apply these principles, and you won't just build a great company, you'll build great people. Thank you for listening today. If you liked what you heard or you have an opinion, sound off in those comments, and we will get back to you. And as always, please like and don't forget to subscribe.